Good morning.
Morning.
How is everybody today? Hope you're all really well. Lovely to see you again on this, well, not quite a sunny Saturday morning.
No.
Yeah, it's yeah, but it means I can have a fire on, a lovely warm fire all day. But when we're talking about heating, that's not good for you, is it, Robert?
Currently in the cold, Angela.
Oh.
The boiler went off overnight, and I woke up this morning and thought, "Oh, it's a bit cold in here," but then wasn't able to fix it until about 10 minutes ago when Gary woke up, because it's in our bedroom and it's quite noisy to reset it. That's why I got the hoodie on.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully it's all warming up now for you, and want to welcome everybody.
Yes, good morning and welcome, especially if this is your first time.
Yeah, so just to introduce ourselves, I'm Angela, and my lovely friend is...
I'm Robert.
And we've been friends... Go on.
Sorry, and we've been friends for about 6 years now, and as you can see, we knit and natter and do lots, and get quite often mistaken for husband and wife wherever we go, even though we're not, and that's why we're in different rooms.
Yeah.
We actually do live in different houses.
Yeah, we do. And this is all because in the current climate, people can't get out and do their knitting and nattering in the groups. There's groups certainly all over the UK. I don't know about over the world, but that we love meeting up and just asking questions, looking at what wool people are using, looking at what they're creating, getting ideas. And that lovely thing when you've completed a project that then you go and show your project to everybody and everybody goes, oh, fabulous. So that's what we wanted to create online. So a lot of our local people are joining us either live or watching the replay. And I think the biggest thing is you can see us, but we can't see you. All right. So don't worry. It's safe. You can be there in your PJs and just relax. And yeah, this is just about sharing our love of crafting. Some people are doing things other than crochet and knitting, and some people are doing. I know one of our friends, Janet, has been doing what do you call it? Loomy weaving. That's it. Yes, I have slept since yesterday. It's something that I don't actually do. Got people who do spinning as well. So we've got some great spinners in the group. So lots and lots and lots. So shall we have a look and see and say hello to people who've joined us? And yes, so just enjoy, get your knitting out, get a cup of tea. I've got my pot of tea and my tea cozy. Yes, definitely. Every teapot has to have a tea cozy. So just enjoy.
Just having a quick look through. There's some new people in the room, so let's just explain how this works. You can see us, we can't see you, but there is a chat box. What you put in the chat box, everybody can see. We do read out what's in the chat box, so if you're going to put something in there that you'd rather we didn't read out, then don't put it in there. This is a replay, this is live, so we can't cut it afterwards. What you see now is what the replay gets.
Sorry, the replay can't see the comments.
No,
so we can see the comments live now, but in the replay you won't see the comments. It doesn't record that part of it. Sorry.
Right. So we're just going to scroll through and go down the list. So first on the list this morning is Candice. Morning, Candice.
Hello.
And then we have Claire. Good morning, Claire.
Hello.
Dawn. Good morning, Dawn.
Hi.
We have Emiki. Good morning, Emiki.
Hello.
We have Janet. Good morning, Janet.
Hello again.
We have Jeanette. Good morning, Jeanette.
Hello.
We have Katie. Good morning, Katie.
Hello.
And we have Mary. Good morning, Mary.
Morning. Hello.
So there. Oh, and Marian's just joined. Morning, Marian.
Hello.
So you can see at the bottom on the open page our new Facebook page. Which is where we would like you to post your current work in progresses and completed projects. We will get an email on there later as well, so that you can send them through that way instead, if you prefer, rather than sharing them publicly. But it's quite nice to see what other people are up to. So rather than using Facebook Messenger and me getting cutting myself off like I did yesterday, or email, we're going to use the Facebook page today and see how we get on with that.
Just for anyone who wasn't on yesterday, it got to about 2 minutes to 12, and we normally go until about 12 o'clock. And all of a sudden we just saw click. And I thought, oh, Robert's gone. Never mind. I'll carry on talking as I can for England. And suddenly I was talking to myself, and I thought, I don't quite know what's happened. And then the whole thing just went and shut off. And I thought, he's pressed the wrong button. So never mind. If everything goes, you know what's happened. The wrong button's been pressed.
But then what you don't know, Angela, is I came back into the room and it all started up again. And everybody was like, oh, we can see you, Robert. We can't see Angela. Watch the last 2 minutes of yesterday's replay. Hilarious, I promise.
Do that now.
It's almost as funny. It's almost as funny as Thursday morning, when I was talking Dawn through on the phone what to do, and I thought I'd switched my mic off and hadn't.
So it's quite good fun. Yes, click this. Yes, just see, and we're saying hello. So anyway, you will see.
And Claire has just raised a very valid point. It all went a bit Pete Tong because you kept talking about Pete Tong. We were talking about the first concert that Robert ever went to. I bought 2 tickets. My hubby couldn't go. And then I just said, do you fancy going to a concert? Do you fancy going to see Pete Tong? And Robert went, yeah, okay. Thing was, Gary, his husband, said, you going to a concert? He'd never been to a concert in his life. So the first one Robert went to was Pete Tong, but it was fantastic. So Claire is really good at these one-liners. And we'll go on about our new name as well in a little while as well. We've come up with a unique little name for us all. So that's quite funny. And we're going to sort a few things out after our session, after our show today. And I think Robert's been doing some really, really good stuff behind the scenes. And we're going to have a talk one day from Janet, who's going to share all about the the Isles where the walls from Shetland Isles. Shetland Week.
Shetland Week. And we may have another guest coming on at some point as well. So Robert's just organising that. So we're getting lots of things lined up for you as well. I don't know what we're going to do when Robert goes back to work next week.
I know.
So we'll find something. We'll find a way around. We'll juggle things around. Some days we might just have me, or we might not do them every day. But yeah, I think it's
So let's go through the comments then, as there's quite a few in there already. Janet says hi again for a few minutes. She's disappearing so she can go to the guild meeting at 11. Claire says good morning. Dawn says good morning, everyone. Katie says, do we watch or is it just interactive? Claire responded, you are interacting. Janet says, knitting the back of my cardigan and have done my sleeves.
Oh, well done.
And then Janet says she's happy to show weaving next week.
Perfect.
Katie says she's just managed to get back on via laptop so she can see what's going on. Typically, she's doing socks. Who could have guessed? Well, welcome to the group, Katie. It's lovely to see you again. Marion says good morning. And Katie says it's a good job there isn't video as Nye keeps running in and out, mostly shouting. Hi, Nye.
Hello, Nye. If we say his name often enough, hello, Nye. Hello, Nye. He might come and sit with Katie. Oh.
Katie, don't worry about being a key worker. That's fine. As you heard, I'm going back to work next week as well. It's just luckily and fortunate that I was on holiday when all this kicked off. Otherwise, I'd have been at work as well. and that's what the replays are for, so you can watch them in the evenings.
Yeah.
You
So
automatically get emailed the replay link, just to let everybody know as well.
Yeah. So it works really, really well. So did you manage to get much knitting done yesterday, Robert?
I did actually. So the blue is almost done. I can see the green through the band, so I reckon I've got about a row and a half, which I might be able to get done this morning while we're on here.
Yay! Perfect. And what about everybody else? So Janet's made a little bit of progress on hers, hasn't she? Katie's asking, Robert, what wool is that?
It's Sirdar colour wheel, Katie, and it's the rainbow version. It's my go-to at the moment. Although I say it's my go-to, it's my last one because it's now discontinued. Shade 202.
Oh, it's lovely. I'm going shopping when this is over. Oh no, I'll have to hunt. Yeah, Katie, we've found though that some people have been purchasing, so there are some places still sending out. It's taking a little bit longer, but things are still being sent out. So I think Wool Warehouse, Lovecrafts. Is that it, or are there any more?
There's quite a few independents still posting out as well.
Yeah, we the one in Llandudno was still posting out.
The one in Sheringham, Thread Your Wings, is still posting out.
Yeah.
So there are still.
I know the one in Llandudno is some. Has it got U in the title? EWE.
Yeah, you've. Oh, Marion knows what it's called.
She does. She's always in there.
I think felt as well. You felt and things or something like that.
Is it right? Okay.
You felt thing. There we go. Close enough.
Felt it. You felty thing. Yeah, I knew I had you. And I know that there's quite a lot of the smaller ones. I think Barham U was still posting out. Don't tempt me with any more of that.
Oxford Yarn Store is still posting out.
Huh?
Oxford Yarn Store posting out.
Oh, so anyone wanting a little bit of wool, they will certainly get that. Or you've got messages coming up, so you might want to disconnect your page, not share your page.
There we go.
Yeah, fab. That's what happens. Right. Okay. I need to increase the stitch. And what's something that we said was that we were all going to set a challenge, weren't we, every day? I didn't finish. I didn't do mine yesterday. I said I was going to finish this sleeve, and I didn't. But I did do shopping for 4 people, 2 of which I'd never met in my life, who couldn't go out. So I felt as if I had a good day yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
And by the end of yesterday, it got to. It was about 3:30 when I sat down and I thought, I know I'd had some cake on here, but I didn't feel as if I'd had breakfast, you know, when you sit down and just have breakfast. So I got a little bit of a, one of those headaches that says, just sit down, have a cup of tea and relax. So, oops, let me just try and do the chat box. So really interested to know if anybody else did their challenges yesterday.
I didn't do mine.
What was yours?
Still to cut the cat's toenails.
Oh dear.
And I still didn't do it. Too frightened. I think I'm trying to teach him first of all that when I touch his paws, he's going to get a treat afterwards, so he becomes more used to it. So then when I go to cut the nails, he might be a bit more patient with me.
Mm.
And I say patient with me because it's Gary that cuts them. All I have to do is hold him.
Oh, bless him. Yeah. There are some that are a lot easier than others. Have you got the ones where you stick the nail in and you chop because it won't let you. Yeah, those are really good ones. Well,
sorry, I'm just trying to do something in the background for one of our followers.
All right, okay, lovely. So I'll just have a quick look at the chat, so that we're all keeping up with each other. Pamela said hello, everyone. So I think Pamela's just joined us. Hello, lovely to see you. And then Janet's was to weave every day. Knitting is easy. I have to do that. So we're just trying to do a little bit of weaving. So hopefully this is just giving you a little bit of a dedicated time so that you can sit there and do a bit of weaving and nothing else. And then Dawn, last night we had a Friday fun night. Pizza, played games and laughed a lot, much needed. That sounds really good, Dawn. Well done. It's about just making the best of things. And making sure that we're smiling or laughing every day. Janet said, if I do not knit, I kill people. I don't know that feeling. Yeah. And it's a pity that we can't take it out with us in the queues at the moment, but with our face masks and our hand sanitizer and everything, we've got lots that we're taking out with us anyway, aren't we? Then Katie says she's the same. Yes, I've seen the number of projects, Katie, that you've got in your house. I think there's umpteen, and most beautiful walls as well. Claire, she's similar. Janet, I see the knitting as therapy and social groups as a support to mental health. Definitely, it's really important when this is when we're in this situation that we just have a little bit of chill time, downtime, and time when we can just lose our thoughts into what we're creating. And Claire went to M&S and B&M yesterday after our online gathering, but queues were massive. Oh dear. So I didn't even bother parking and came home, but instead went at tea time and it was fab. Brilliant. Even bumped into Georgie, which was nice. So hello at a distance. I know while I was walking around, I bumped into at arm's length to Colette, who was in the town. So we sort of said, oh, hello, and not getting too close. So with Katie, Tony's staying with her to look after Nye when she's at work. So knitting is essential to our survival. Relearning to play the ukulele next week. Wow, in the evenings. Hope the neighbours don't think we're killing the cat. No. But they might think you're... no, that was a really poor joke I was about to say. I won't bother saying it. And it was about cleaning windows. So I want to have interactive space at the moment. Does anyone have Zoom or Skype? So just see if anybody has. No steamy windows. It's Tony. But just check and see. I'm sure that some of your friends have got Zoom or Skype. That work? How are you doing, Robert?
I'm just going to have to properly mute for a second and make a phone call.
We can't hear you. That's really good. So something else that we've been doing is just showing a few tips, suggestions for what people have been working on. And I'll just increase on this row. And we've had people from all over the world, which is amazing. And they've been sharing some different patterns as well. And I know we've got some new people on. So what I'm going to do is show a couple of the these. And what I did ask was for different walls that people absolutely love. And if I share my screen, I'll show you this one that somebody said about, and I'm really quite intrigued with these colours. I'm not too sure if it's in stock at the moment or yet, but here's one. It's Rama Finial yarn, and that looks quite silky. It's fingering weight, 4-ply. I've never heard of this. It's 100% wool as well, but to me that looks to have a huge amount of sheen on it. So Rama design, Roma, I believe it's Roma. Problem for me is it's 2.5 to 3.5 mil, so I'd have to use that in crochet, I think. Yeah, but it's a solid color, but to me that looks lovely, and it's from Norway. So milled Norway, dyed in Norway, so it's all from Norway. And then here's another one that I showed yesterday. I am definitely going to be buying this pattern. Well, actually there's a few patterns on here. So this company is called Isolde. Need to check and see if it's a PDF pattern. I'm sure it is, but this is, I just think this is an incredible snood, or whatever you want to call it, but with that detail, that design, lovely. It's a double layered cowl. Practice your stranded colourwork skills. Knits up quickly and features a fun stitch pattern. I think that is just beautiful. I think I'd quite like it in black and taupe. So I might have a look and see what I've got, because I don't think this company are sending out, but can certainly and definitely get that pattern. But some of that colour work's brilliant. Just go on to some of the other ones as well. I love this design, just because it is 1940s, 1950s style. I think it's beautiful. And I think we've all got some beautiful wools in our stash. Yes, every single one of us has got some stash out there. So I'm really liking that. And that's in a worsted weight. So that's for our type of yarn. It's a nice fluffy springy double knit, isn't it? Or just slightly thicker. And then the next one that I like, that I'm definitely going to buy, is, oh, where was it now? This one. So this jumper, and I keep saying that I'm going to do this. So I've got some lovely wool, and I think if I did that in dark brown with gold and cream or red, that would look lovely. So again, pull over, I'm going to use that one as well.
Back, sorry.
That's all right. I was just showing a few. Now Marion says that she's used the Rama yarn, and you've got some in your stash. I'm really pleased to hear that, because I can't remember who said it. Was Peter, wasn't it? Peter from the Netherlands said that was his. I think he said that was his favourite yarn. Oh, was it not? Who was it?
No, it was Natalie, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So I just think it looks so lovely and shiny silky, because a lot of wool doesn't look like that. A lot of wool is more muted. So thank you, Marion. Who'd have thought Marion would have had that wool already and some in her stash? From travelling all over the world.
Right. How far back through the chat have we gone?
I haven't.
Okay. So good morning, Susan, who is calling in from Australia. Hello. She says, having a nice glass of clean skin while the kids are in bed, and she's working on a temperature shawl. Lovely.
Oh.
So I'm going to paste the Facebook page into the chat. And what I'd like people to do is to start loading their pictures up on that, so we can see what you're working on. Susan, that's a great way for you to show us what you're working on. Let's give it a go. There we go. Claire says, hello, Susan. Wouldn't mind joining you on Pinot, but it is only 10:30 here. Robert, you need to share that joke. It's great to see you laugh. You do it with your whole body. Oh, thank you. I can't share it. It wasn't a joke. It was just how somebody answered the phone. So sorry. Colette says hello. I think she's had to go again, though, I'm afraid, because she's disappeared out of the room. Katie says, I'm still recovering from a tiny glass of pretend Baileys I had last night. And she also says, hi, Colette. Pretend Baileys? I don't think that was a pretend glass at all. Katie says, hello, Marion. Claire says, when I sit back, I lose volume. Right, so let's turn the mic up. There we go. And Nancy says, thank you for inviting me to join this group, Robert. I love to craft, especially all things wool and yarn at the moment, and I'm loving all things Toft. Hi, Nancy, welcome. And Katie says, Aldi. Is that Aldi yarn? Or are you going to Aldi?
I'm not sure.
No. Oh, the pretend Baileys. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, right.
I thought pretend you meant it didn't have alcohol in it.
That's what I thought.
Not that it was a cheap version from somebody else.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
And how tiny was the glass?
Pamela's got a recipe for homemade Baileys. Yes, please. Yes, please. And
I don't think you said that quick enough, Angela. You completely missed the comment before it. Dawn says, I treated myself to gunpowder tea and whiskey liqueur from Aldi. Great with some knitting and Netflix. Enjoy.
Yeah. We like all things moonshine. Just get those recipes coming. Oh, fabulous.
Katie says she can't drink much these days, but occasionally. Katie, I think we're kind of all on the same level now. And I tend to find that one glass of wine is enough for me now. And sometimes, if depending on how quickly I drink it, I can get to half a glass and be tipsy.
Hello? Were you not at Sheringham?
That was a whole bottle.
I get the wine. Yeah. One glass of wine. Yes. Several bottles of cider.
Yes.
Yes.
It was Friday's winter though. That's why. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Went down very well though.
Nancy says Aldi is good for all things knockoff. Margaret says, hello everyone, hope you're keeping safe. Hi Margaret. Claire says she keeps running out. Well, I suppose that's debatable as to whether a trip for just alcohol is essential leaving the house.
Yeah.
I would probably go for my daily walk that involves passing an off license. Because then if you get stopped, you can say, well, I'm out for my daily walk. Never mind the bottle of booze that's in my hands.
Not open yet.
And Claire says that might have happened. Nice one.
I have actually got a virtual gin and tonic tonight with my friend who's trying to look after my parents by dropping food. So she did all their shopping yesterday. She got them alcohol supplies, so she got them a few bottles of wine as well. So we're going to do a gin and tonic online tonight. And I was thinking, is it acceptable to stand in your front garden, have a gin and tonic, and have a chat with your neighbour who has a gin and tonic as well at the same time? I think that's acceptable because you're still in your house, aren't you?
I think that would be fine.
Yeah.
And Dawn says she went back and got caramel and hazelnut rum liqueur as well.
Oh my word.
I think by the sounds of it, when this is all over, it's party at Dawn's, if she's got anything left.
Forget crafty afternoon tea.
Yeah.
We'll take you all into the joke. Dawn in the area does these crafty afternoon teas once every so often. It was supposed to be last Saturday, and obviously we're not there. But when we go back, we're all going to turn up with our knitting and a bottle. So we might be there for a few hours. Oh dear.
Claire says, Angela, yes, it's perfectly acceptable. Margaret saying, of course it is, as long as you keep the 2 metre rule. Katie saying, definitely acceptable. I am having virtual jollies with lots of people to stop going mad. And Dawn says, bring it on.
Yay! So that's fine. I'll take. I'll have a little. What do you call them? Those little cool boxes in my front garden then.
Well, Nancy's saying it's so cold that she wants you to put your thermals on when you're in the garden drinking. So maybe you won't need the cool box.
Okay, I've got my nice coat, so I might have to put a nice thick coat on today. It is really cold out there. I've only put the milk bottles out and it was cold. Oh.
Katie's saying we can all knit our own thermals before this is over. We've had lots of underwear talk already this week, Katie. So yes, I think that's what we are doing. And Angela,
Northern Lash, stop being nesh. Soft nesh. Nay. Okay, Katie. Do you know what? It's really weird. My dad uses the word nesh as well. I think it's it's not used everywhere in Yorkshire. I don't think it's overly Leeds, but I always find it really bizarre when he says I'm not being nesh.
Apparently it's Sheffield talk for someone who's wussing about feeling the cold.
Oh, is it? Oh, right, yeah. I'm every so often I do, but not very often. I never moaned once when I had my little stall, did I? When I used to. No, I'd be out there in snow. I loved it. I loved being out in the fresh air, as I will call it. I got sort of used to it. But yeah, when it's like this, going out, you think, oh, it's a bit cold. Never mind. Oh, I was wearing hand knitted socks. Yes, I was. Katie, I'm going to have to send you some wool up at some point, and please knit me some more socks. Robert and I went to Brighton, didn't we, for the day? And we went to, is it called Yak? The yarn shop in Brighton. It's lovely, a really lovely place. And I bought the most beautiful green wool. And when I started knitting with it, it was awful. I really didn't like it at all. And it was about £25 a hank. So, you know, when you have this beautiful wool, and Katie did these beautiful socks for me, but what she did was she did black stripes in them, and it worked beautifully, but you needed the stripes in there to help it. So no need to send wool. I think you've seen my sock wool stash. What colours? Oh, do you know what I love? I love bright greens. I love purples. Anything. I don't care. Any proper socks would be lovely because they never wear out. Oh, Katie says, Cole, I have just the thing. Thank you ever so much, sweetie. So I'm sure that we're all frantically trying to finish our projects at the minute. I've got to finish this blooming sleeve today. Honestly, tonight I have to knit this cardigan up. I'm so bored of it. I just want to get the thing, try it on, and when I put it on, I'm going to say, I don't like it because. Marion's been to Yak as well in Brighton, and she says they were amazing with her husband and Ollie as well. So Ollie's their guide dog, and apparently they made a real fuss. She spent lots, but they looked after them really well and gave Ollie water, so that's lovely to hear. We always like, we just want shops that look after people, and they were lovely in there. We really enjoyed it, and they've got a big table for knit and natter in there as well, haven't they?
Claire's started her new project, which is a baby ball, and she's trying to load pictures. I don't think we've made the page public, Angela. I think it's just a private page, which is why people can't load it. So we'll go back to the old-fashioned way. Let's send pictures to me through Facebook Messenger, and I'll open them up on my screen.
Right.
Margaret's saying, is there a yarn shop Marion hasn't been in? I'm not going to comment. Marion, you answer that one.
Oh dear.
I think Marion has a homing beacon. I think she must get out from somewhere and go, I smell yarn.
Oh dear. Right. I'm going to see if I can change the settings on here. Sorry, you talk and fill the space.
Yeah, it's all right. I just went to get a drink and realised I've run out. Gone to get my backup. Sorry.
One thing I did see, because yesterday our shopping trip was one of us in Marks's, because we're allowed to go in there, and I popped into Aldi, and in Aldi they had root beer as a special. So I got a couple of bottles of root beer yesterday. I don't like the stuff, but Bobby does. Let's have a look.
So Claire's saying she thinks she's uploaded them, but not sure. Do you need to approve? So I can't see them, but I'm not an admin yet, Angela. So you might have had them for approval. Going back to Marion, she says only in the places where she hasn't visited, that she doesn't know where there's yarn shops. Pamela says there must be one or two around the world she hasn't been in yet. So for those of you who don't know Marion goes on lots of cruises, and she's always posting pictures of all the lovely yarn that she's bought. The good thing about Marion, though, is she does use the yarn, or most of it. So, and she makes some amazing creations. She makes lots of lovely shawls out of what she buys. I'm just going to go and see if there's anybody hiding in the room who hasn't been introduced yet. Linda Ellis is logged on. Morning, Linda. She's been very quiet this morning. Mary's logged on. Hi, Mary. And Nancy. Our visitor from Australia appears to have disappeared. Oh, no, she is still there.
Yeah.
Nancy, please do tell us where you're from. We've had lots of people from join us over this week. We've had Peter from the Netherlands, didn't we? We had Baz and Susan from Australia yesterday. We've had Lucas from the Philippines. He joined us on one of our early ones. So, Nancy, please do tell us where you are.
Right.
Marion, how's the cow going? For those of you that don't know, Marion is doing a knit along on the Guild Facebook page for a lovely cushion cover. Mary says she's in sunny South Devon. All lovely. Welcome, Mary. Marion says she's just heard from her friend in Stavanger. You can order from her and she'll post that as well. So if you want some rumour yarn.
Thank you. What, that one that I showed a little while ago? I can get that. Oh, yes. And who is that? Right, thank you, Marion. Done.
Linda says, morning, and she's more of a listener. That's perfectly fine, Linda. I just didn't want you to feel that you weren't welcome in the room. Marion says the cow is finished. Yippee. Sorry, I'm buzzing away again.
Right.
How are you getting on with Claire's pictures?
I'll get there.
Okay. Claire, would you like to post them to me on Messenger just in case? That's great. Thank you, Claire. She says she's working on sending them to me as well.
I'm sorry about this, Pete.
No, don't apologise, Angela. We'll get there between us eventually.
Right.
I need to try and work out a way that when I go back to work on Wednesday and I'm having to stack shelves in Waitrose, how I'm going to still be able to do this. Do you think I'll be allowed to have a camera while I work?
You've got a GoPro. We're going to put you on a GoPro.
Right, okay.
Going to have it on your head like this.
Okay. And there was I thinking that I'd just put my phone on a trolley and wheel that around all morning.
Oh dear, we'll get that sorted out.
Claire's saying, don't apologise, Angela. Was just testing the new system. You don't know what works until someone tries it. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Linda Phillips has just joined. Good morning, Linda. Hope you're well.
Hello.
Linda, how's the patchwork coming? And Brigitta's just joined as well. Hi, Brigitta.
Hello,
she went for a walk and boy, was it bracing. I can imagine. It doesn't look very nice out there at the moment.
No, it doesn't.
Linda says the blanket's going really well. She's just working on the next 14 blocks. But Brigitta says it's quite windy out. And Katie says it's lovely and sunny in Sheffield. Going to work in the garden after this. She's got washing drying outside. Wow. Well, hopefully then that means it's just overcast for us and it will clear up in a couple of hours. Yes, you're right, Claire. Yesterday was gorgeous here. So we've had sun in Leighton Buzzard for the past few days, but it's now overcast. Yes, it is a bit horrible and murky out there.
Do you want to be admin, editor, or moderator? You need to be admin, don't you?
Yes. Margaret says it's been lovely to see and hear. Have to go. WhatsApp time with the grandson. Oh, bye, Margaret.
Bye.
Katie says she's got a new chest of drawers to paint for Nye with dinosaur drawer handles to put on. So she's hoping it stays clear so she can do it outside. We'll do show when you finish, Katie. This isn't just a woolly group. This is anything to keep us busy and occupied group. So please do feel free to share them. Claire says I need to be an admin.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Brigitte says try to make an I-cord for the booties, but too fat. So doing I-cord using fingers and 2 pieces of yarn. Can't get out to get the ribbon. What type of ribbon are you looking for, Brigitte? I've got a huge stash of ribbon I can have a hunt through. If I find it, I can put it in the post for you. Katie says she now does mosaics and gone back to chainmail. Still knits and crochets, occasionally patchwork and embroidery. Still planning on getting to use the sewing machine once the garage is sorted. Wow, Katie, do send some pictures. Mosaic sounds fascinating. Claire's still getting some supplies from eBay. Tracy is suggesting, what about a crochet chain, maybe thinner? I'm guessing that's for Brigitte instead of using the I-cord. Brigitte says that's fine. It's actually better to do as not so slippery. Okay. Marion says an article about the Knitting and Crochet Guild was on Radio Leeds at 8 a.m. We should be able to pick it up on iPlayer. Oh. Susan says shawl in progress and Ravelry link. Susan, can you tell me how you sent that? Have you sent it through Facebook or have you posted it onto the web page, Facebook page? And while we wait for that, here is the baby ball that Claire's working on. And she says that she bought fabric with numerics on, but they're slightly bigger, so they're bigger than she thought, so she's having to upscale them. So how long do you think that will take you to do, Claire? The rest of the weekend, probably not long. Brigitte says the cord looks quite good, better than crochet chain stitches. Okay, do send some pictures, Brigitte. Nancy says, nice pictures, Claire, they made me want to get my machine out. Linda says, I've made those baby balls. My goodness, they're fiddly. I made them by hand in the end. Oh, well, maybe Claire's the person you need to be talking to get some tips. Susan, I'm looking. I haven't got your pictures yet. So let me just show people what to do. Morning, Helen. So on the Facebook page, I don't know what I'm talking about. Ah, Katie has sent some pictures of her socks.
Yes, I think you should be an administrator now or a moderator or something. It kept saying no. It kept rejecting you.
And then this is the shawl. Here we go, Susan. This is the shawl that Susan's doing. Oh, Marion's just sent some pictures of some cakes that she's doing. Oh, they look yummy, Marion.
It was the Barra Breath, I think. Because I did some shopping for Marion yesterday and I got some sultanas and raisins and apricots, so she was going to make some cakes. Those must be them.
And they're Katie's socks. And I have to say, I love the purple and the pink in those socks. Really stunning. Makes the others pop.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. I'm going to have a go at doing socks one day.
Yeah, they're on my to-do list as well, but I probably won't ever get there.
Right, I need to double check. 67.
So Claire says that she makes her baby balls by hand, apart from anything like couldn't online group and sewing machine at the same time. Okay, point taken. Morning, Helen. Linda says she's got another one to make this year. Any tips? Please do feel free to share them. Marion says made thanks to Angela. I'm guessing that's because you dropped some stuff off yesterday. Helen says, have the shops got any flour? Nancy says, I picked up some linen cotton shirts in the charity shop recently. I'm going to attempt to make a cloth book with embroidery stitches and bits and pieces all hand stitched. It may end up being a diary of my time in isolation, or it might not happen if I don't get myself together.
Yeah, just on the flour, was that flour in supermarkets? I know in Marks's they didn't have any because somebody was asking at the door yesterday morning, but it depends what's delivered that day. So yeah, if you get there early for 8 o'clock ish during the week, I think you've got a really good chance of getting in straight away and checking.
So this is Gita's alternative I-cord that she's doing, but she's doing it by hand rather than
wow,
rather than with needles. So it looks good to me, Brigitte.
It's very good.
Linda says Lidl is the only place she's seen flour.
Oh, right. Good to know.
Claire says to Linda, it's the sewing machine equivalent of an old family recipe for me, so I've been doing them for yonks. It's quite a simple piece of sewing. The awkward bit is when you sew the segments together. So usually I sew the segments together in fours and use a longer needle. Then over sew crosses at the points of the segments for strength. I'll take photos. That would be good, Claire. If you Claire, if you email them to me, I'll then forward them on to Linda, if that's okay. Unless you can find each other on Facebook and direct message each other. Nancy says there was no flour in Waitrose until Robert gets out there and fills those shelves. Yeah, I don't get a choice on which Waitrose I go to, though. I am desperately plugging for Leighton Buzzard. I have said that I'm doing this, and I'd like to use community hours to do this because they do have a pot of community hours to use. I have a feeling, though, I'm probably going to end up at Aylesbury or High Wycombe or somewhere in between. Brigitte says, I think it may be basic macrame. Okay, well, macrame is good. We spoke about macrame earlier in the week. Something that I learned at school. Linda's just sent some pictures of her work in progress, so I'm just going to share those with you. There we go. So I think that's the picture that we saw yesterday.
Wow.
2, I think. Ah, here we go. There's Linda's baby balls. Stunning.
Wow. They're beautiful.
They really are.
I might have to put in an order or find out how to do them for when my niece is born.
They're a real labour of love. They look beautiful.
And they will take a long, long time to make.
Katie says that her internet keeps throwing her out. That's fine, Katie. Just come and go as you can.
Yeah. If you want to get properly confused, you can work out a way to get the internal angles in different colours. Ooh.
So, as Gary and I can't go to the cinema at the moment, we've decided we're going to start watching films that, when they were out, one of us wanted to go and see and the other one didn't. So that's going to bite him in the arse a lot. So last night I sat and watched Angels and Demons because I wasn't really interested in it after the Da Vinci Code, and I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good, yeah, and a lot of twists that I didn't see coming.
Oh,
so
I love the Da Vinci Code, the book, but I've never watched. I've tried to watch the film several times, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as I did the book.
Well, I've never read the books, so Gary's read and listened to all 3 audiobooks, but has only seen the Da Vinci Code. So, although the Da Vinci Code came out first, Angels and Demons is actually the first book. And we watched that film first. We're going to watch Da Vinci Code tonight, although I have seen that, and then we're going to watch Inferno, which is the last one. So Claire says Angels and Demons is a good ironing film. Nancy hasn't seen it. Claire says it won't change the world, but it's a couple of hours entertainment. Marion said she enjoyed it as well. So, yes, that's what we're doing. And we've just got Disney Plus. So I'm now going to go through the back catalogue of Disney and find out all the films that he refused to watch and make him watch them after I've watched all 3 of those. She's just got Disney Plus on a month's free trial, and oh my god, I didn't know so many films were on there. It's amazing, not just kids films. So I have to say, yesterday when Gary was taking a nap, I was going through Disney Plus and I found Gummy Bears, and that was a real blast from the past. So I sat and watched the first episode.
What's Gummy Bears?
It was a cartoon that was around in the mid-80s.
Right.
And yeah, it's complete crap now, but it was entertaining then. But it was just a blast from the past, so had to watch the first episode.
Oh, wow.
Helen said, yes, she's read the books, just take the films as they are. So I'm guessing from that then, Helen, the books are better than the films, which is generally the case. I'm not aware of many films that are better than the books. But that's because they have to filter so much out. Nancy says, many hours of entertainment for little hands and beautifully made, Claire. And that's the baby balls. Tracy said, we watched Cool Runnings again. Totally loved this film. And we all had a laugh, so cheered everyone up. And I think that's what we need right now, is lots and lots of cheering up. So, and for all you Whovians out there, Chris Chernobyl, whatever his name is, who's just taken over Doctor Who, has promised a weekly new mini story or something on the BBC website. And yesterday's one was what the Doctor was thinking as she regenerated from Peter Capaldi and fell out the TARDIS to the Earth. And I've read the first couple of paragraphs, and it seems quite interesting. Brigitte says, I knew it, you're just a big kid at heart, Robert. Oh, yes, we all know that. And I think that's quite obvious from all the cuddly toys and the Disney stuff in the background, and the Lego that's taking over the craft room as well.
Oh.
Nancy, Claire says to Nancy, they weren't mine, they were Linda's. Tracy says, what was Angels and Demons on? We had it on Sky. So, and I know Inferno is currently on Netflix, as is Angels and Demons. Helen says, are you going to have a Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter day, Robert? I can't, unfortunately. Gary's not that mad on Harry Potter. And about 2 months ago, I only finished watching. In fact, I did it the week we came back from Sheringham. I watched all 8 of the Harry Potter movies back to back. Brigitte said, please never change. Okay, I will do my best. However, I have a feeling that I'm going to turn into my father, which means I'm going to become old and grumpy and miserable. So sorry in advance. Dawn says, we're loving Star Trek Picard. We watched the finale yesterday, Dawn. I won't spoil it, but we thought it was really, well, I thought it was really good. Gary, on the other hand, had his reservations. But definitely worth binge watching for those people who haven't yet seen it. It's on Amazon Prime, and it picks up 20 years after the last Next Generation. Brigitte says we won't. Helen says, no, you won't, Robert. Be a free spirit. Oh, thank you. Susan says the kids watched Ghostbusters today. Which Ghostbusters? The original, 2, the remake, or the cartoon? Interesting fact about the Ghostbusters theme tune, the guy who sings it, the word that he never ever says is Ghostbusters. His backing singers say it. He never ever once says the word Ghostbusters in the entire song.
Claire, you know everything, don't you?
Well, I try. Claire says we like Picard. I fell asleep during last night, so we'll have to watch it again. Definitely go back and watch it again. Definitely.
Well, I know tonight I'm going to watch my Walters Presents. So I'm going to... Oh, do you know what? I've just realised I haven't put my mascara on today. So I'm going to watch some Walters Presents tonight. So that's knitting plus subtitles. So I think I'm going to... I don't know which one I'm going to watch, but I might do a 7-episode fest tonight.
Right, well, we know what you and subtitles mean, don't we? Anybody care to guess what that means? You're got it in one, Tracy. Oh.
So the reason why is absolutely because not everybody knows what, but we have renamed it to Gogglefrog because every time I do subtitles or anything like that, I end up frogging. And on yesterday's, Claire came out with a wonderful sort of term of Gogglefrog. So yeah, that is going to be something. Do you know what? I think we need to create them. We need to do a pattern for a Gogglefrog as well. But Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh dear. Not very often we see you without your glasses. Oh dear. Oh. And
Oh,
oh my word. We laugh so much.
oh,
It is yeah. So Gogglefrog. We love that. Absolutely love that. Where did that come from? I don't know, but my cheeks are hurting now.
you were talking about Gogglebox, and
Yeah.
then somebody picked up on the fact that every time you knit while you're watching TV or distracted, you then end up frogging it, and then
Yeah.
Gogglefrog came about.
Yeah, yeah. So Tracy just asked, is that the same sleeve? No, I have completed one sleeve. So one sleeve's done, but this, I think I only did that much on one of the shows and I did that much on another one. So I just need to get this finished today and get the thing sewn up, and then I can go into the Aladdin's cave and decide what I'm doing next. So Gogglefrog, there's going to be no more frogging on this arm, on this sleeve. I'm just going to get it done, and it's got to get sewn up and ready to wear. Oh dear. Gogglefrog. We were thinking of an alternative to Gogglebox. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching people knit. Oh dear.
I'm trying to see if I can find the picture from yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny. See you later, Nancy. Nancy's going to get her prescription from Boots. Bye bye. See you again soon. Bye. Oh dear. I don't even know whether to pick up my one of my Bar U projects and get one of those finished next. I think I might finish the cardigan because that's a cardigan in the round, and I just need an I-cord on that. Or I may frog part of it and make some of the detail a little bit more ornate. So I'll have a look. Late Night News is on, Suzanne. Ciao. Lovely to see you all the way over there. And see you again soon. Yeah.
Have a lovely sleep. See you again soon.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Yes, I don't know what time it will be out there. Anything from 11 hours onwards ahead of us, isn't it?
So she said it was 6 o'clock when she joined, so that must be it's about 7 or 8
now. Right, okay.
I'm really disappointed I can't find that picture from yesterday.
Oh, can you not? Somebody must have taken it off. What did you put in the search engine? You put in...
I can't remember.
Oh, never mind.
Yesterday morning. Hang on, just going back through my history to see if I can find it.
So one thing that we is out today. I'm sure it's today. Let me double check. You know the cat book? I think that's today.
It is today.
It is, but what time are they launching it?
There we go.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We just need to double check if we're allowed to use it. We don't want a cease and... Is it a cease and desist or something like that?
Yeah.
We don't want one of those coming through. Claire will correct me on that. But all we need to do is just get the approval to use it, and we'll be fine. Let's have a look. It's Eden Cottage, isn't it? I sent you that yesterday or the day before. Oh, we need to ask about Peter's question as well and we'll put that in the thing that we send out to people.
Yeah. That's something else that we're going to do, folks. So if you've got any questions about a project that you're stuck with or a piece of equipment that you don't know how to use, then please send it to us. We'll share it in the sessions and the group, and then we'll get answers for you if we can.
Right. Oh, is it live already?
What?
Oh, hang on a minute.
Is what live already?
Eden.
I don't know what that is.
Let me just have a quick look.
Claire, I've got your picture. Can I just ask, the baby that's in the picture, am I allowed to show that person? Okay. Right. In which case, here is a copy of, or a picture of the last baby ball that Claire made and the baby with it. It's so intricate.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It must be so nice to sit and think about what fabric to use for which particular baby. I guess it probably helps in advance if you know if it's a boy or a girl.
Yeah. That is gorgeous. Well done.
Yeah. Pam says lovely. Linda says beautiful. Tracy says wow, that boy's fantastic. Well done. Claire, you are very, very, very talented.
Extremely, extremely. That is perfect. Oh.
Did you find out about the book?
Yep, it's live. I'm just going to go on there and show you. But some of it I'm not going to show because there's a few bras. So I don't know if they've got, I don't know if it's people knitting in their underwear. It's on their website, so it's public. But whether it's who knit a bra, I don't know. So let me just show you this. It's quite funny. But it is now live. So Eden Cottage Yarns. This is their website. And they've just launched cat knits. This is the Ultimate Cat Knitters collection of knitting patterns. So you can see there on the hat, there's little cat patterns, so you can have a look through there. They do all sorts on here, and the yarn does look very, very silky. I'll just go down to here. You can see some of just the sheen on that. It is Boland Aran. Oh, it's my favourite. It's a British Blueface Leicester Aran weight. I love Blueface Leicester. That used to be an old Bar MU as well. And I'll leave you to have a look at some of those pictures. So that's on their website if you can see that. Yeah, so I think, sorry, am I sharing my screen? Can you see that?
You were. Yes, you are.
That's fine. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to buy that book today, as long as there's some left. I've never used them before, but I love their emails. Their emails always tell you what's going to be happening in the future, so you can start to think that's a book that I really wanted. So I think they started to share information about that book in January, so you can plan. And it's very much about this is what's happening. They don't try and say buy now because there's a discount and a sale. So that really works for me. I really like their style and their ethos, and the fact that they use some beautiful, beautiful wool. So I think I'm going to be buying that today. Yes.
So at some point next week, we're going to share with you a great stash buster project, and we're hoping to have the designer come and talk to you about it. Is there something squeaky there, Robert or Angela? I think it's my needles. We had this problem the other day, and I think my last row was a bit tight, so it's squeaking as it goes over the needle. So sorry. And then, sorry. So yes, so we're hoping to have them on next week, and also we've been talking about the Janie Crow cowl that starts next week, the Fruity Garden. And we have also invited her to come and talk us through how she came up with the concept, the design, the colours, and also how you can get your hands on the wool packs to do it and how it works. So interesting, we discovered yesterday, was it yesterday or was it earlier in the week? I keep forgetting the days.
I can't remember.
But apparently in some countries they've never heard of what a KAL is or a CAL is. So we're gonna start talking about those as we go through as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to feature a few, because it's just nice to share patterns, different types of yarn that we use, where we can source it from. And I know at the moment quite a few of our suppliers aren't exporting. I think there's a whistle. I don't know whether it's from me or whether it's from you. Sorry if you're hearing that whistle. But we just want to help some of those people who may be abroad. So I'm sure there will be some of the companies who are actually exporting. And if they like the look of the cowls, I think it must be a British and American idea then, rather than European and further and beyond. So we'll see. But it'd be nice if some people abroad could start doing some of these pals. But I absolutely love the latest one of hers. But I can't do another one unless I finish Lily Pond. So that might be going on the to-do list. You know, for Monday, I'm actually going to get my little basket out, and I'm actually going to do a couple. I've got to finish this cardigan, and then I'm going to do a square or two. The only thing I will struggle with is I know I haven't got enough wool because I didn't buy a pack. I was using things up out in the flash. And the other thing, you know, when we had to do the swap at Sheringham, and Sheringham will explain what that is in a minute, but we did swapping of balls of wool, and I picked up 3 balls of wool that were the perfect colour for my lily pond. So so I have got more blue for it, thankfully, after Sheringham. And I'll let you explain what Sheringham is to people who are online who don't know.
Okay. Angela, could you just do us all a tiny favour? Can you try muting your mic and then coming back and see whether that fixes the noise that everybody's hearing?
Is that any better?
I don't know, because I couldn't hear the noise, but other people were saying that they could.
Has the squeak gone now? It seems to have. A little.
Helen,
sorry.
Yes, Brigitte's saying yes. Oh, good. At least we know what it was then. Good. It wasn't my knitting.
Yeah. But you see, even if I had a little studio somewhere, I wouldn't be able to travel to it. So I can still hear a little bit now. Sorry. I don't unplug. I just won't talk as much.
Right. I've had some more pictures come through. Let's have a quick look. So Helen's just sent some pictures. Do you remember the top-down cardi that she was doing in the Adrophil Zebrano?
Yeah.
Here we go. So she made loads of progress on that.
The striping and the colours are just...
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, Helen, is that what you've brought? That's the same thing that Angela's doing at the moment.
Yeah, which colour are you using? Gorgeous.
And then Tracy's just sent a photo, which I haven't looked at. I'm assuming that's a birthday card for somebody.
Love them, love them, love them. That's the excuse for Christmas, birthday, everything this year, isn't it? Sorry, what toilet roll? Oh. My friend did my parents' shopping yesterday, but there were no toilet rolls. She went to the farm shop, she went to the supermarket, she went everywhere. And this morning, she's actually gone to the local shop, and they had toilet rolls. So she's dropping them around at tea time tonight. Bless her. She's made a stew for my parents. So she's going to drop that. Well, she's going to put that in a pot on the doorstep. Knock. Walk away, make sure to take the stew in. So it'll be a stew and some toilet rolls just left on their doorstep. Oh dear. And then we're going to have gin together. Oh dear. Who'd have thought that toilet rolls were such big business?
A commodity, I know.
Oh.
Right, Helen says that she's using, I see. So the picture of the pattern in the jewel spun is what she's making with the Adrophil.
Ah, right. Comprende. Makes perfect sense now.
Oh, I can see the green.
I do like those, Helen. I do like those patterns, though. They're really quite easy to follow, and the fact it's actually I think it's a 6 or an 8 page pattern. You've got one page that you can put your own notes on. So if you make the sleeve shorter for you, then it's easy just to put all of your abbreviations and changes in there. And also write down where you've left off, like what row you may have been on. So they're really, really nice patterns. I love Bahram U patterns as well, because they're like that as well. Actually, no, Bahram U patterns, they have blanks. You know where normally you have 3, 4 or 5 sets of different numbers depending on the size that you're doing. With Bahram U patterns, what they do is they leave it blank so you can write it in. So if you just write them in throughout the whole pattern, then you can always rub them out if you or cross them out. But it's really, really good, so you don't get confused at all. I
have to say, I think that's a really good idea, because I struggle with any pattern I pick up that has shaping in it and it has brackets for the numbers, because I always tend to forget which number it is that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And they do say to circle them all, but you don't necessarily circle them all.
No, because you might want to reuse the pattern.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do really like the fact that you have to physically write it in. And it's a big enough space that you could all, you just have to do it in pencil if you want to. But they're quite complex patterns a lot of the time. and it just makes it so easy to work through. Do you know what? I think I'm going to try using just the Wi-Fi on Monday, because I'm on the wired internet with a whistle. So we'll see.
It wasn't whistling yesterday. Are you sure it's plugged in properly? Have you pulled it out?
Yeah, I forgot to plug the internet in yesterday. So I was on Wi-Fi yesterday.
Why didn't you switch to Wi-Fi now?
Because then I'll get a black screen.
Oh, I see. So, okay, we either need Angela with a whistle or Angela with a black screen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, so it's over to you. Angela black screen or Angela with a whistle?
We should do a poll, shouldn't we? Oh dear. Right. Let me
Everyone's saying whistle.
whistle. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're going to have a catch up anyway, so we're going to do a quick session, just the two of us, to make sure we've got the newsletter sorted out for you and stuff like that, and just go through the Facebook and things. So we'll double check straight after and see if it's easier just on Wi-Fi. It shouldn't be. It should be better on the wired connection, but who knows?
So what's everybody's plans for this afternoon? So she's going to go out for a walk. Snack.
I don't know. Have we got anything coming through?
It says Mort and her are going to do their annual stock take of what's in the loft. Sounds like a plan. But will you lose things though?
Sorry, we can't hear you, Robert.
Oh, apparently I'm too far away.
Yeah.
So Claire said that her and Mort are going to have an annual stock take of what's in the loft, and I said, would she lose things out of the loft though? And Pamela says, tidying out bathroom cabinets. Got to be done at some point. I still haven't done my sideboard. Helen says she's done her cupboard clearing. We'll be helping Kevin with the painting and reorganising the decking. Need to give the plants which have been moved some TLC. I hope I the bolts for you then, Helen. Oh, we're supposed to be baking this afternoon, aren't we, Angela?
Oh, we are, yes. Yeah, we've got our baking club tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Huh?
I've forgotten tomorrow's Sunday.
So would I. It's a good job you reminded me. I'd have just been presenting my half-eaten cherry and almond cake, saying it's a week old. It's not French at all, but I used a bundt from America. So we've got a baking club tomorrow afternoon.
Dawn's going. Bye, Dawn.
Bye, Dawn.
Have a lovely afternoon. See you again soon.
Yeah. Have a lovely afternoon.
Claire says she doesn't need to lose things out of the loft, just to remember where things are and might need to consolidate a few boxes. That sounds like a bit of a plan. Should kill a couple of hours. Helen says heads up for Earth Hour tonight at 8:30. Isn't that the hour where we sit in the dark?
Is it?
I'm sure it is.
Oops. Sorry, I can't hear you.
So apparently, yes, Earth Hour is where we sit in the dark or candlelight for an hour.
Oh, what time's that?
8:30.
Oh. Right. Let's see, the Worldwide Wildlife Fund. Yeah. So 8:30, I'll put it in my calendar. It's quite easy to forget if I'm on my own this evening. Not quite sure. I might be working tonight, so I'll double check.
Or maybe that's the hour you spend in the garden with your neighbour, having the G&Ts.
Well, I've got a G&T hour with my friend. Another G&T hour. Yeah, that might be quite nice. So I might suggest that for 8:30 outside. G by no light. So that'll be nice and fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
Pick green.
Sorry?
Pick green.
Are you nearly ready to change?
Yeah, the green coming through. So
Looking beautiful.
See the yellow coming through it already. So I reckon there's about 2 rows of that.
Wow. Are you still getting Gary to model that for you?
No, he hasn't done yet. I think I'm just going to go to the end of the cake.
Yeah.
It's as big as it is.
Yeah. Right. I'm not going to be doing any more of that for a little while. I think I just need to stretch my arms, back, everything. So I'll sit nicely and watch you guys.
Oh, thank you, Helen. She says she's been in touch with Jane Barton, who is safe and well. Helen, please do feel free to send the link for this on to Jane so that she could join us anytime she wants to. And the same with Lindy as well, if anybody's in touch with her. Claire says, for anyone that sews, Bletchley Park are asking for bunting for when they have their revised VE day.
They could have mine, because mine's all poppies and everything that I've got up over there. And flags. And that picture of "We Need You." Thank you, Claire.
And then Tracy's saying, Angela, Amazon have that book for $13.77 with free postage.
I know. I sort of seen it. I'm doing everything possible to support local companies rather than the biggies. I buy so much from Amazon anyway. But yeah, I'll probably buy it from them. And I think that when you buy it from them, you get like a little badge with it. But I'll need to check after to see if that's only when you buy all the wool as well. But that book I desperately want for all cat things. So it'll be lovely. I'll just need to compare the wool I've got to the wool that they're recommending, but their wool looks beautiful, looks stunning. So yeah, but thank you ever so much for that. Yeah, if I wanted it today, I'd probably just order it off Amazon.
Claire's just posted a link to the Bletchley Park website with the instructions for the bunting. She says they also have no sew instructions as well. That's interesting.
Ooh.
How do you make bunting that's no sew?
With glue. That'd be nice.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm sort of wondering where we got this bunting from. I've got no idea where this bunting came from. Must have bought it somewhere, because I know the other one that we made together, didn't we? You got your sewing machine out and we made bunting for my store when I had that, but I'm not too sure about this. Don't know where I got this from, but yeah. I'm sure that's something else that we can do. I don't know about anybody else, but my hands are just so dry. But I got something from Nature's Harvest. It's something called Mugu, and it's Australian, and a farmer in Australia used to put things on his cattle. So there's tail swipe to get rid of mosquitoes and stuff, and there's this one for I picked one up for like a sore scalp, and it's actually quite nice, really good, and it's all totally natural as well. So thankfully I got some of that. So I'm just trying to restore some of my moisture into my hands. But I think I just used so much hand sanitizer yesterday because I was delivering things to people. I had it on my hands, then I had my gloves. Every time I touched something in my gloves, I was going like that. So it was all going down inside the gloves at the top. My hands are a little bit of a mess at the moment, as everybody's are. So excuse me while I...
Which sanitizer were you using, Angela?
I was using the spray one that you dropped round, and my own as well. I think my hands have been in, because we're washing them so often, aren't we? It's just not good. Helen's using E45 anti-itch cream. Yeah. It's about here. I don't know whether it's just the soap and water, the number of times that we're washing our hands, but yeah. And my hands don't like bleach either. As soon as I touch bleach at all, they really react. So never mind. We're fine. It's a small price to pay, isn't it? To make sure that everything's well washed and clean. There we go. So is anyone going out braving shopping today? Don't know if anybody is. I'm not. I'm staying put.
I'm going to go out for a walk, but that's probably about it.
Yeah. I've got to the point now. Do you know what? I've been having simple dinners every night. Things like sausage and bacon and baked beans and fried eggs, just because I haven't been that hungry on a night time. Do you know what? I'm not having any more sausages or bacon for quite a few days, so I'm going to make a proper meal tonight. Yeah, I think I've had enough of simple dinners, so I'm going to make a proper dinner tonight. Something nice. Oh, Helen's staying put. She's exercising in the garden today. Oh, you know, was it somebody who was talking about Joe Wicks and the exercise video? We got a little video of our niece and her dad doing the Joe Wicks. So the two of them were doing this together, and her dad turned around and said, "Oh, it's hurting my legs." And she turned around and she says, "But it's not hurting mine." So it's really funny. So we really chuckled at it, but she was there doing her little exercises as well every day. So yeah, and there's going to be, I think, an online snakes and ladders. So Alan's going to play snakes and ladders with her. So they've both got their own dice, and then she can move up or down. So there's lots of things that we can do on FaceTime, anything. But they're going to have a game of snakes and ladders. So yeah, so that'll be quite good fun. Oh, so hopefully you're keeping in touch with all of your families as well. It's a bit difficult, isn't it? Yeah. Oops. Hold on a minute. Oh. I've made a mistake. I need to frog. Actually, no, I don't have to. It's fine. Sorry. Oh, I think I'm fine. Don't worry. Oh, that's good.
I was about to say, you know how Ant and Dec have, well, let's assume you watch it, have happiest minute of the day. So at 7:30 every week, they give away loads of stuff. I was going to say it's 11:42. Let's have Angela's frogging minute of the day.
No, I've just realised all I need to do is do what Brigitte does and use a little thing, and it's fine. It's fine. Perfect.
Oh no, Linda! Oh yeah. If it makes you feel better, she had to frog 2 blocks of her quilt. She'd sewn them together wrong. Oh bless! Oh. So annoying. I hate. I don't get my sewing machine out very often, but when I have to unpick what I've done wrong on a sewing machine, I kind of lose my temper and throw it all away again, and it doesn't come out again for months.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go.
Marion's just said that contact list is going up temporarily. We spoke about this the other day. Yes, it was announced that because people don't want to handle cash, but there's a £30 limit on contact lists, it's going up to £45 from the 1st of April.
Yeah. Just another thing as well. Yesterday, I did walk into town because I was shopping for people. Cox and Robbins. Actually, a lot of the chemists are shutting between 1 and 2, so they're having a proper lunch. So if you're going for prescriptions, don't go over lunchtime, just in case your chemist is shut. And I walked past Stratton's as well, and Stratton's have shut. They're still taking orders online, but they did say that after the announcements the other night that they're shutting the butchers, so you can't actually walk in there anymore. So it's probably to do with how they're paid, something to do with that, so that they can claim, etc. I don't know, but who knows? They said it was about the announcement the other night, and I thought, well, it was just about how people are going to be paid. Self-employed, etc. So yeah, they said thank you ever so much for everybody. They're still fulfilling orders. They've still got the online, and thank you ever so much for your support to keep them going as a business. And I think, you know, a lot of people in the community are getting their orders from them as well. So it's really nice that they're not having to go out to the shops. There's bread, there's milk, there's enough meat there for more than a week, we think. So it's a really hearty box. But yeah.
Tracy has gone.
Yeah, see you later. See you later, Tracy. Yes, Claire, it is safer for everybody if they're just doing the online orders. And I think as well because it's like a little marketplace now, isn't it? You've got the sandwiches there, you've got all the cheeses there, you've got the barbecue here, and you've got a butcher's there. It's hard to get 2 meters between you and other people. So yeah, I'm sure it's much better for them. But I also saw that Urel's, the local butchers, they're doing meat packs, not with the vegetables as well, but they've got online facilities as well. So yeah, but I know how much people love Stratton's in the town. Oh.
So just to let you all know that tomorrow is Sunday, so we don't do a web chat on a Sunday. So whatever you're planning to do with your weekend, back on Monday at 10 o'clock.
We can't hear you.
My noisy neighbour's just decided he's going to start up his motorbike. So sorry, I was saying that tomorrow is Sunday, so we don't broadcast on Sunday. So whatever you're up to for the weekend, have a lovely weekend. And we'll be back at 10 o'clock on Monday. And Angela, I think you've already set the links up for that, haven't you?
I have for Mondays, yeah. So I'll do one for Tuesday. And then we're just going to have to see what happens with Robert going back to work. So,
we'd also like to know, so this week we ran one on Tuesday evening, but we only had 7 people. So we'd also like to know from you guys, does the evening work, or do you prefer mornings? Do you want us to do a combination of the two? So just let us know. When I do go back to work, I do get days off during the week, so we can set them up for those. Yeah, just drop us some notes on the Facebook page or through here, and just let us know what you'd like us to do.
Yeah.
Bye, Mary.
Bye. It's probably the time that we dedicated, isn't it? Claire's okay with evenings.
Bye, Pam. Bye, Linda.
Bye. So let's see. We'll see. We'll put some on in the evenings, but I think we're going to be working around your work schedule, Robert.
Well, if I haven't heard, I'll ring my boss on Monday and find out what's going on.
Yeah. So we'll see. And for Brigitte, evenings don't work. Yeah, we totally get that. So we'll try and work something. But once Robert's back at work, they'll probably reduce down, so they won't be every day. But we still want to have something there. So I might be on my own without you, Robert. That's not nice. But we'll make it work. And also, so it's alive. I think it brings some sanity into everybody's life, doesn't it? At this very strange time. Yeah.
Yes, Claire, we can always try some of each. But I think we would have to do either a morning session or an evening session, not both, like we did last week. I think last week we'd only planned to do the evening, didn't we? But we ran it after the announcement from Boris that we all needed to be good and stay in.
Yeah. And it's yeah, and then so we've got some time to do our things as well. Yeah, and spend time at home. So I was really good this morning. I got up and I cleaned the bathroom. So that's, I feel as if I've done some work already today. So I can probably sit and knit for the afternoon. Have a little bit of chill out this afternoon.
Get your sleeve done so you can then put it together.
Yeah, I just want to get that done today. I have to finish it because I find when you get to the end of the project, it just takes too long. I want it finished. I get really, really bored. So yeah, it's got to it in the wardrobe by tomorrow morning. If not, it'll go in a bag. And it's not, because I think it's lovely. And now we're getting to the cold weather. Because I was talking earlier.
We have till Monday.
Huh?
Have till 10 o'clock on Monday to get it finished.
Oh, I have, haven't I? Yeah.
So we won't know whether you get it finished or not today.
Unless I
So
put
you've given yourself an extra day
on Facebook tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. You could do that.
I could do that. But I'll probably forget. So we'll have a look. I need to bake a cake today, don't I? And I also need to have a look at cat book.
Yes.
Oh, Claire says that she's going to walk around the house with the camera on and see if she's got a comfortable spot with a nice background. Claire, I've got, because this is closest to the front of the house for Wi-Fi and everything, this is like a bare line plastered wall behind me. It's just grey, so I just put a scarf over it. So, yeah, just have a look. You don't have to have lots in the background. You just need a little bit of space behind you. So I am in my front porch. That's what I'm using for this. You cannot, because if I use the room, as I've said before, it won't work because it's too far away from the Wi-Fi signal. But yeah, and just let us know. Just message me on Facebook, and then we'll connect and we'll just do a quick trial. Anytime from 5 o'clock onwards might be difficult, but before then it's absolutely fine. Or we can just have catch up tomorrow and do a trial. So don't worry, Claire, and it won't be recorded. What the little trial thing that we do, the tester.
And Marion's saying she should have Sally's Beady book cover finished by Monday.
She should have one.
To see some pictures of that. She's doing something for Sally, so it'd be nice to see some pictures of what she's done.
Is she? Oh. Beaded book cover finished. I was thinking as well, the was it Claire who showed the little, are they bookmarks, the little rat bookmarks? I think I'm going to do a few of those little bookmarks.
That was Colette earlier in the week.
Oh, was it Colette earlier in the week? Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow is fine, Claire. Yeah. Claire's just said to catch up, because I know Claire's quite arty, and she said that she'd happily come on here with us. So that'd be good. She can.
Oh, and can we just say hello to Judy before we go? She's
hello.
We're just almost done, but it was lovely that you could join us. And we appear to have lost Angela. Angela, are you still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh,
right.
We can hear you, yes.
Yeah, everything just quit. So I should be back in a moment. If you don't cut me off again.
No. Hands in my lap today. I'm going to leave you to press the button to finish.
That was so funny yesterday when you hit the wrong button. Oh, Judy, it's an absolute pleasure. Just thanks for the week. Yeah. So, whoops. Oh, I thought you'd frozen then.
No, sorry, I was looking at my phone.
Oh, that's all right.
Lots of messages going on. I was just checking that there wasn't anything we needed for the last.
That's fine. That's fine. So after this, we'll just catch up and try and sort out the Facebook page and how we want things posted on there, so that we can show them in future, and then getting ready for the future. So let us know what else you'd like to see, hear about. If you're happy with us just chatting,
Being lost.
Yeah. And one day we'll both be sat on your couch again. But at the time being, you know, this is working. At least we still feel as if we know what each other are doing.
Yes, Brigitte, I will. I'm just waiting for a time where I actually have to go further than the park or the local shop, and then I will pick it up from you. But thank you for hanging on to it.
Oh yeah, you had a
Brigitte
book.
is looking after Sally's book of Noro patterns for me.
Yeah,
because I want to do one of the ones that's in there.
Yeah, because we went to our last knit and natter together, didn't we? Was it on the Friday or some Thursday I can't remember. But we were all
I
supposed
wasn't
to
there, was I?
No, we're all supposed to meet the following week, and that's when we can't leave our houses except for shopping. So yeah. Anyway, you've got time for other projects, haven't you? In the meantime. Oh, well, it's
Right, I think that's probably a good time to wrap up and say goodbye to everybody. Have a lovely weekend, folks, and we're back again at 10 o'clock on Monday.
And enjoy posting onto the Facebook page, and yeah, and we'll have the newsletter set up as well. All right, lovely to spend time with you. You take care. Bye.
Bye.